It's fixable, but barely. But it's still funny.
Hold on.
It's just the carabiner part.
Excuse me, Peter? What?
Yeah, it still works. Let's do this part for breakfast, Chris. I like it. I think it's cute. It looks like kind of awkward. It's kind of showy. That's better.
Watch a murderers in Vegas. Just see.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a good purchase, but then I didn't realize that you don't have your fucking charger. Now, so I can set it up.
Head to Lost Lake. Ask for Ricky Patel.
The only thing I think what you'd have to do is I'm going to have to take out that case off of the AirPods.
No. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Tell him it was Deacon St. John. Keep your head down and run.
Really?
Coming!
What time do you work tomorrow?
I gotta use fees.
What are you doing? Oh, setting up the thing?
Yeah. Well, I got the lock card, but I don't know if we'll ever use the AirPod card. But nonetheless, because it said it's supposed to be snug, so that like the charger just rests in there and you can even have to, it doesn't like fall back through whatever you put the AirPods in there. But I do not know. Did it come with instructions? Fucking lame. You already have one? Ooh, we still have pizzas. Can I have one of your cheese?
Oh, huh, baby?
Can I have one of your cheese hot pocket?
Mhm.
Or the last one? Can we share it? I can have it?
Yeah.
My man.
Bounty.
I'm gonna do what I always do and put it in the toaster oven for like a minute after I cook it.
Always need screens.
I just killed my third horde.
Noise. Noise.
Look at my cool bike.
Look at your cool face.
That's awesome.
Orlando forgot his jar. I told him not to.
Let me get you out of there. You want to die out here? Look, we're camping.
Camp? Where? Show me. I'll go. I'll go.
Head to Lost Lake. Ask for Ricky Patel. She'll take you in.
Now it's time for it.
Cat's buying weed from Orlando tonight. I think Sherry did.
So much.
Tell him it was deep. Don't stop. Just keep out of sight.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my baby.
God damn it. There we go. Let's see what she was about. Go. Right. Anarchist.
Found him? Good. Got another report. They hit one of our supply runs coming down from Telelo. Now you go in there and kill them all like they were roaches hiding under your bedroll. Let them know it ain't gonna be like it was last time when they had the run of the place. Go out.
Now I got I messed up enough for you, huh? That?
What show will I watch today? I just have an hankering for range and hot sauce every day in my life. You know what I'm saying?
That means
Even if it doesn't belong.
Chaos.
What should I watch? What was I watching yesterday? I was bored out. I don't remember.
you didn't eat your bar table upstairs.
I know.
I don't know what
Did I watch TV?
Men coming!
Did I watch it? Oh my god, watch.
Fucking anarchist. I like that.
Did I watch this?
Facing one of the happiest days of my life and the beginning of our future together. And today I have to wake up and realize that there is no future for us. There's a future for me, but not for us.
It's one of the most scandalous tales in recent history.
Movie, and it surely will be, might not believe it.
24-year-old Gregory Ford is found murdered in his own home.
Someone blew this young, promising boy's brains out.
It's hideous. In this 3-part special, we'll take you through the investigation.
I looked like there was burglary that had gone bad. However, no evidence of a forced entry.
His wife Pamela covered in shame.
He'll always be a part of the decisions I make and the everyday things that I do.
A bombshell revelation shatters the case.
I like forensic files, but
This was
I like the show. I like the way they make it all dramatic. They make it like, oh shit, it was definitely her. No, wait, it wasn't.
A trial for the modern age.
It was the first live broadcast murder trial in America's history.
Hear exclusively from the area, breaking her criminal side. From late dreams of handgun sits down with the woman at the heart of the story.
What do you want the world to know? I want the world to know that I'm just that we'll try to
Things are messed up enough.
anything to be smart.
Do you think this is still good?
There was so much red all negative and smart.
Open it.
Trying to scare me into shutting them out.
The first day of the trial was unlike anything I'd ever seen.
I was a young man. I'll take that.
Billy was living a fantasy.
What could be the other side of this story?
This is her chance to save her life.
It was just a war of words. Who else could defend me but myself? Shortly after 10 p.m. on Tuesday, May 1st, 1990, police in the sleepy town of Derry, New Hampshire, received multiple calls from residents saying a hysterical woman is seen running out the front door of her condo.
Yes, emergency is 4E.
I'm going, all in.
Passed out. I don't know, a girl is hysterical in here. She's screaming over her husband. Is passed out.
You know why he passed out in
That's on the way. Do you know why he's passed out? No, we don't know.
Derry police arrive and enter the condo with 22-year-old Pam Smart.
She's convinced that her husband of less than a year, Greg Smart, needs immediate medical attention.
Everything was like instantaneous. Right there. And that's when Greg's family arrived at the same time. They lived right around the corner too. And that's when I got the officer saying,
Hot dog, it's hot. It's hot, Toby.
Dead. It looked like he got hit with something. He was just laying there. It was just total shock. I don't even remember like the entire night, but I remember certain flashes of it.
An hour after the body is found, a Derry homicide detective is assigned to the case.
Too much.
I'm an educated volunteer. I'm a retired police detective sergeant.
You know, I got that reading because I thought you'd like it, even though somebody was
When I arrived, I remember seeing
oh,
a lot of confused looks on neighbors' faces.
they were like, oh, I have one last, and I was like, dibs. And I made sure I got
Rate
the
was
last one.
very high. We hadn't worked a homicide case that year, maybe for the year before too. I went into the front door.
Wow.
I see the male
Did
one.
you ever check the Mailey Street?
Which was first in the middle of the hallway. I can see his arm out. Looked like there had been a struggle of some sort. I noticed that things in the area looked like they had been removed or disturbed.
The apartment was ransacked. The bedroom was ransacked. There was, I believe, a stereo equipment upended on the floor. There was jewelry missing. There were clothes and drawers empty, strewn about. So it looked like there was a burglary that had gone bad. However, there was no evidence of a forced entry.
We found that the bulkhead doors to the basement were unlocked. and noticed that the back door going out into the deck was open somewhat. So after looking at the crime scene itself, initial assessment, and putting it in context, how would they take the risk of going into this one condominium that time of night on a weeknight when everybody's home and take the risk of being caught?
Without any obvious leads, detectives attempt to learn more about Greg Smart.
The first time I met Greg, I was home from college for Christmas break, and I was at a party, and he was a mutual friend of one of my friends. Greg was very handsome, he had big dimples, and he was a very smiley person, always friendly to everyone.
From there on out, it was just Pam and Greg. And everybody knew Pam and Greg.
They were fun. They would tease each other. They would laugh. They
Go
were silly
pro.
together. They were a good
If there's
couple.
any
They
more
were
of them,
relative to each other.
stay out of the way.
Greg was very outgoing. Always a smile on his face. He loved a good party. He was not so interested in going to college. He was never a very good student.
In contrast to her new love, Pam Lotus is an overachiever.
I grew up in Miami, Florida, and I was born there and raised there. My father was an airline pilot, and my mother was a great homemaker. So she was always around for us, very involved in our lives. And then my family moved to New Hampshire when I was in 8th grade.
My name is Simon, and Pamela Smart is my best friend. We met in high school at Princeton Academy, and we were cheerleaders together. We were known as Kirk and Craig. Pam was scholastically brilliant. She had the best grades. She was class president. She was in the student council body all 4 years.
But like Greg, she also has a wild side.
My name is Ann Pierce, and I'm a friend of Pam Smart from Florida State University. We lived together our sophomore year in college. Pam was the DJ on the school's radio station. She was the maiden of metal. She ruled the airways playing heavy metal music.
The maiden of metal, yes. I did a show. I did a regular show on the radio, but then I also did a heavy metal show. I was a big fan of at the time, and my dog and I was Van Halen, dogs and Van Halen.
After meeting over Christmas vacation, Pam and Greg attempt to make their relationship work long distance.
I decided that Greg was the man for me early on in our dating relationship. I was very much in love with him. I was in Alabama, Florida, and he was in New Hampshire, so we talked on the phone, but it was difficult. And he wanted to move anyways, looking for a change in his life, so he moved to Florida.
Greg moved to Tallahassee. I don't know every single person other than Pam. It seemed like there was kind of a bizarre blocker with other happy, but he was really soft.
After Pam's graduation from Florida State in 1998, finds work in the local school district.
Pam worked at the media center at Whitcomb High School. Her basic job was teaching the kids how to use hardware. Greg was known to be a rock and through it, he started selling insurance.
Come on.
The marijuana cigarette.
Friends of Pam's started to come over to us. And they're telling us that she really wants to talk to you. She's wondering why you're not talking to her. This is about 1:30 or 2 in the morning. So we agreed to meet her. We went to the and myself and Cheryl was brought in Pam and Smart to the side interview to talk to her.
Asking Pam on how she spent the final hours of her husband's life.
She told us a little bit of background about her day and how it wasn't a normal day for her. On this day, there was a meeting at the school administrative unit that she had to attend. So she did say that she called Greg around 3 o'clock or so. That was the last time that she talked to him. She said the meeting went a little late. Her item on the agenda was last, so she wanted to make sure that she was there for that. When she got home, it was around 10:30 or so. And she said she walked up to the condo and noticed that the lights were off. I thought that was unusual. Because Greg's truck was there.
I came home, I believe the door was open. And when I pushed the door open, I saw Greg laying in the foyer. There was just, a quick second to take in everything. There was no blood or anything, so it looked like he had got hit. And when I looked up, the house was ransacked. So I looked up, still in the house. So I ran to go bang on the next condo was connected inches away, and ran and banged on the door for somebody to come help, because I wasn't sure if someone was still in the house.
Detectives then ask Pam if her husband has any money problems or connections to the local drug trade. Pam tells them no. Everything she is revealing seems to point to a burglary gone wrong.
But when detectives approached the body, they realized that Greg's wallet is sitting right there, and his wedding ring is still on his finger. If this had been a burglary, wouldn't the burglars have taken the ring?
Isn't that dramatic?
Wouldn't they have taken the credit cards that were still inside his wallet?
The medical examiner soon provides another curious piece of information.
The nature of the wound wasn't apparent. When we looked at it, it could have been caused by a blunt object, but medical examiner confirmed that it was a gunshot, and they had retrieved a medium caliber bullet from inside Mr. Smart's head.
He thought he had been hit in the head with something, which is totally a different reality. Trying to process that somebody shot him in the head, and they're saying execution style and all this. It was like, what? None of us expected him to be shot. His life was so brutal.
The nature of the killing sparks a new theory about who may be responsible.
People were honestly telling us that Greg had a gambling problem, and perhaps the real part of someone that was involved in his crime.
Could Greg have gotten in with the wrong crowd and then paid the ultimate price?
I'm just trying to catch a buzz, baby. Did you take your other one?
What was your
clear?
I want to see a report. And
how much of it?
I was interested and really him and interested. So
Not so much the fire and the blood and the guts, but
no. I was more interested in the stories of people.
What?
I was just curious.
24-year-old Greg Smart is found shot to death, execution style, a week before his first wedding anniversary.
police are trying to figure out why this man was shot in the home. They're looking at gambling debt. They're looking at drug
Barry, the 54-year-old husband.
I was hysterical.
Now,
Hysterical. I'm not even sure. I was 22 years old when this happened. And I was having to go what he was doing, how together the loss of him. It was so completely overwhelming. No one was coming to the house.
Don't ever die. Guys, it's sad. They just get married and then he got shot or something. Whatever the fuck happened to him. But she's just talking about how dumbstruck she was. She was like 22 and he was 24.
And that was the case. Greg was a good guy.
Cold.
You're standing in front of the AC store.
Insurance salesman, and she's got a nice job. It's not alone. They had the picture perfect life.
This was definitely the biggest thing that ever happened in Derry. We had no idea it was going to turn out to be what it was.
My name is Bill Spencer.
And I'm thinking, if I ever lost you, then...
And then I wrote every story related to this case over the next year and a half. WMUR is a smaller TV station battling for the ratings in the Boston market. And a young man had been shot to death in his front door. We could do anything we had to do to increase our viewership, our audience. I was brand new to the business, and my news director was a wild man. He was just beating me on the back every morning. Where are you going today at the Pamela Smart store? So about 30 seconds after my boss was ribbing me about getting Pamela Smart on camera, over that loudspeaker, Bill Spencer, you have a phone call. It's Pamela Smart. I go, yeah, right. Sure it is. But I picked the phone, and it's Pamela Smart. I could have followed her. She told me she wanted to clear up the misconception that this was some kind of a drug deal gone bad. She said this was not a drug deal. My husband, I think, was robbed, it was burglary, and he was killed in the process, and that's all there is to it. She said you were the only one who didn't report that rumor that there was some drug deal gone bad. I appreciate you doing that, so I want to talk to you. I trust you.
But Pam Smart recalls a very different sequence of events.
I called Kent. Can you please interview me? That's the thing. I didn't even know who Bill Spencer was. I did not even know him. Bill Spencer was calling my parents' house, saying all kinds of wild rumors that he had uncovered concerning Greg, that he owed money to the mafia, that he was stealing drugs. He was saying over and over on the phone, you're the only one that can clear this up.
The Derry police have advised Pam Smart not to make immediate appearances. But after speaking to Bill Spencer, she begins to have second thoughts.
She wanted to meet with him to set the record straight, to make sure that Greg's danger was cleared.
Just 3 days after the Pam Smart makes a momentous decision and sits down for an interview with Bill Spencer.
She was dressed beautifully. She had this beautiful outfit on, hair was overdone, makeup. She looked incredibly good, given the circumstance of what's happening.
I woke up with a bright outlook on the day a year ago, now facing one of the happiest days of my life, and the beginning of our future together. And today I have to wake up and realize that there is no future for us. There's a future for me, but not for us.
The most surprising is we walked into the kitchen, and she's telling me about how this is almost the 1-year anniversary of her wedding day with Greg, and she said, you know, wouldn't it be great if you got a shot of me? I could go into the freezer, I could pull out the top layer of a wedding cake. That would, I think, be a really poignant part of your story. And I thought, wow, this is something new. I've never seen this before. She's actually helping produce this story of her husband's murder. At that point, she was thinking more like a reporter than the victim of a murder.
I honestly can feel that he will be a part of everything I do from now on, because he's part of the person I am today.
Every last one of these murderers, sons of bitches.
He'll always be here. He'll always be a part of the decisions I make and the everyday things that I do.
After the interview, Pam speaks with other members of the local media.
The interviews are revolving around what's going on in her life and how she's focused on moving on, even though her husband just died. So in most cases, the person that they're going to do the interview that's going to be, please help me, call the police, call the information, and not showing up like Kate.
That's not that weird.
You made a newspaper saying, wow, her husband's barely a week passed and here she's doing media. That's what
While Pam settles in the spotlight, police react to it.
During the first interview, she starts talking about how she's supposed to be burglaries, almost appropriate for the house, that she killed my husband, information that they don't want out.
Right now, I'm looking backwards and I think something was high at the time, so I wasn't feeling like I had to be cautious or anything like that.
Detectives are still not convinced this is a burglary gone awry, but have little else to go on.
There's no violence, there are no threats. There's nothing that would indicate that anybody would want Greg dead.
The Erie Police Department are at an absolute dead end. They have no clues at all. And then, May 14th, 1990, a call comes into the Erie Police Department.
And this female says that she has information about murder.
This anonymous caller tells the detective that she works at a local Italian restaurant and that a 15-year-old co-worker has been talking about a woman trying to have her husband murdered.
This girl is serious. Vicious murderers. She knows the
dangerous.
During the interview with Cecilia Pierce, the initial one that I had with her, we were asking her specific background stuff about how she got Panstar.
My name is Cecilia Pierce, and I met Panstar in 1989. I wanted to be a journalist, and I had an internship with Pam over at the media center. I was impressed with her. She had a degree, and she was young, and she had a job. She was married, and she was nice.
I would describe Cecilia as lower self-esteem, a heavier girl. I don't think she fit in well with the in crowd. So for someone like Pam to show an interest in her life, that was a big thing for her.
She was pressed at that time on the anonymous phone call that we received.
I don't have it.
She had information about Pam. And
Here.
she said, I don't know what
Tell you
you're talking
what,
about.
I'll make
I
you
don't
do
have
it.
any information at all.
No.
I don't know anything about any murder.
Here, use this to slow down real quick. I'm about to go
Cecilia
outside.
reveals a curious detail.
I might have
The
mine.
interesting things about that interview with Cecilia Pierce was that she did say that she stayed at Pam Smart's condo before the murder happened. The day after the homicide, we asked Pam Smart, we need to know who was in your house, who stayed at your house within the last month. Because if we find fingerprints and we want to eliminate the person, we also like to talk to them to see if they noticed anything. The day after the murder, she gives us this list, and the list includes 7 or 8 people that have been in her house or stayed overnight. went out of the way to mention that the Poland Springs neighborhood where the water comes. So
This store is actually kind of good.
Bunch of murdering assholes can't let anyone get out of here alive.
Baby, I don't think the fridge is. I think you put the pizza in the back.
Is it not closing?
Yeah, the fridge was like not all the way closed.
You have to go in here silently, okay?
One down. Let's do this.
We won't kill you. I promise.
Here, catch! What do you think now, huh? She's back. Nothing like that.
was that? Fine now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Next time you set up an ambush, don't pick on the wrong guy. I wonder if they had a bunker around here. I bet they do.
Hello. Hi. You know
She
what?
wanted us to know. Casey left his fingerprints in there. The one person she didn't mention had stayed at her house the entire week before this.
The detectives find Pam's omission suspicious, and when they think back, her behavior has been odd from day one.
During the interview with Pamela Smart, the night of murder, she was clicking like a million miles an hour. There was no emotion as far as breaking down and crying. It seemed more important to her she gets the facts out of where she was and what time she left and what time she got back. Typically, you're going to have a lot of questions, not a lot of answers. And she had a lot of answers for us right up front. The other takeaway from the interview that we had with her is one of the most common things for someone finding a loved one that's in a circumstance beyond their control, whether injured or hurt, is you want to know if they're okay. So your natural instinct in most cases is go over and check on them and stay with them until you figure out what happened or you figure out that they're gone. So it was unusual in this case where the first thing she did was run away.
As the Derry Police Department continues to investigate the anonymous tip, Pam's frustration with the case grows.
I know that Pam was trying to get information about the case, and she was getting sort of nowhere with the police, and probably didn't think there was enough publicity about the case, because there's only so much you can print when the police are telling you nothing. So it's possible that she wanted to get the word out about Greg's murder.
So on June 6th, she invites Bill Spencer over to her new home for another interview.
She moved into a brand new condominium. Understandable. She wouldn't want to live in a place where her husband was killed.
And once again, she directly addresses the ongoing investigation.
They are interviewing people, and that it's a process of elimination. They do have to explore all kinds of different avenues. They have had some leads. A lot of them have turned out to be dead ends.
I wanted them to solve the murder of my husband, and so I was extremely cooperative, and they were very nice. And then there was a time when that all shifted. Now, looking backwards, obviously what happened was they became convinced that I was a suspect.
Where are you?
Derry police suspect that Pam Smart may have had a hand in her husband's murder, yet there is nothing that links her to the crime. And that's about to change.
The day of the big break in this case came June 10th, 1990.
6 weeks after the murder, a man walks into the Seabrook Police Department and says he wants to show something to detectives. His name is Vance Laramie.
He tells the police that a friend of his teenage son named Ralph Welch has come to him and said, you know, I think your gun has been used to kill that man over in Derry, New Hampshire. Vance, he doesn't believe this is possible, so he goes and checks his guns.
Mr. Laramie went to the gun cabinet where the gun was gone. He noticed the gun was clean, which was contrary to the condition of it when he put it in the cabinet, because he had gone shooting and it was aroused and it should be dirty. So the fact that it was clean and Ralph was telling him inside, I've got to go to the police with this. I've got to go right to the police station.
Officers examine the pistol and find that it's a .38, the exact same caliber weapon used to murder Greg Smart.
On-call detective Barry Charowitz went right to Secret B, and they requested to talk to Ralph Welch. He ended up at the police station, and then they talked to him.
We're doing an investigation into the homicide of Greg Smart, and what we've been told is that you have some information to give us that's pertinent to what we're doing. Can you relate to me what that information is? And as you do that, I'll stop and ask you certain questions. Okay.
Ralph Welch has been living with the Latimys. They sort of took him in off the street. He is very good friends with Latimy's son, J.R., and another local boy named Pete Randall, and a kid named Billy Flynn. They're all a pretty close-knit group.
But Ralph had recently become concerned about his friends.
So Ralph Welch was hearing rumors about how his friends were involved in the murder of this guy and Barry.
Billy's got a little bit involved. So, that was that. And I asked him, I said, "Did you know you were good?" He said, "No. They stopped up. And I heard him mention something about, something about somebody being next. So that's why I really did. And I can't believe it. Like, we both just told me, they told me this story how it happened. You know what I'm saying?
He told you the story about
How they did it.
how they did it.
Kill Greg Smart.
After we heard this information, even though they were close friends, they worked together. This was something he couldn't keep his mouth shut about. So he went to Mr. Latimer and told him about how his weapon had been used in his murder.
Charowitz then presses Ralph on exactly how and why it happened.
So Peter was the one that shot him?
No, Pete said he held his head.
Did he say how he held his head?
No, he just said he held it with the triple.
Did they tell you anything else about it?
This was to get some insurance money or something. This is just what they said. And like 500 or something.
And you're talking about Pam, who's Pam?
The guy's like,
Pam Smart. Did they ever tell you the reason why Pam wanted them to kill her husband?
said he liked the dog more than he liked her. He was worth more dead than alive.
Detectives have been suspicious of Pam Smart and her involvement in this murder, but Ralph Welch puts together many more pieces of this puzzle.
Investigators zero in on the teens named by Welch.
The boys' background, they were not squeaky clean. They probably had done some juvenile delinquency type stuff, taking stereos out of cars or minor thefts and things of that nature.
So it's not very far-fetched to think that these boys might have been involved in the murder.
What's the connection between the boys and Greg Smart? Well, the connection is they all go to Winnicott High School, and Pam Smart works at Winnicott High School. So clearly that raises questions.
Police soon discover that Billy Flynn and Vance Latimer know Mrs. Smart personally.
At Winnicott High School, all the students have to go through what's called Project Self-Esteem. And Pam Smart, she is one of the mentors for the school. So Billy and J.R. Latimer are all part of that project, and so is Cecilia. She's Pam Smart's intern and friends with these other kids from Seabrook.
Seabrook's not a really rich town, not a lot of opportunities there. A lot of the people don't have very much. So if someone like Pam comes along, you know, she's young, she's pretty, she's exciting. To them, she must have seemed like a princess.
Then, police look into the stated motive and discover that Pam has recently collected $140,000 from Greg's life insurance policy.
As a 22-year-old person, most people don't have that kind of life insurance on your husband. Granted, he was in the life insurance business, but that's going to perk people's ears up, and obviously the cops had to be looking at that.
Detectives are desperate to question the teens and corroborate Ralph Welch's story.
We developed enough information to get arrest warrants on the individuals and search warrants for their houses. It's a small town, so word got out quick. These three boys, they were well aware of what was going on and what was going down.
But they can't find the boys. Where have they disappeared to?
Seabrook teen Ralph Welch has just delivered stunning insight into the murder of Greg Smart.
Why did tell me how they did it? How they did what? Kill Greg Smart?
Ralph Welch told police that Pam to convince Billy Flynn, J.R. Latimer, and Pete Randall to go kill her husband, that she did it for possibly insurance money.
So once we had the names, we developed enough information to get arrest warrants on the individuals and search warrants for their houses. The information was out there that we were looking for them, and they had plans on running to Connecticut.
Mr. Latimer seemed to be the conscience in that group over in Seabrook. So once the parents of these boys realized what trouble they were in, they urged them, they insisted that they turn themselves in.
News of the teen's arrest on June 11th, 1990 breaks almost immediately. But because they the boys' names are withheld by the police.
There was a story on the TV saying they have arrested these teenagers from Seabrook. So the first thing I think of was, I want to know what teenagers from Seabrook. So I'm calling to find out if they know who was arrested. You know, the news wasn't giving their names, it was just saying 3 juveniles. So I found out who the people were from Bill Flynn's mother. Because I was calling to see if he knew the names, or if they knew, because this town was really small.
While the boys' names are withheld, their pictures are splashed across the news. And WMUR's Bill Spencer takes it upon himself to identify them.
I go to the high school. Pamela worked to try to find out if there's a connection between the 3 boys and herself. And lo and behold, I find a student newspaper right there at the high school that has a picture of Pamela Smart and 2 of the boys, Pete Randall and Billy Flynn, the front page of this student newspaper. Now we have a connection, a direct connection between Pamela Smart and these 3 boys. I've got to go straight to Pam and ask her what is going on, which is exactly what I did. Went to her condominium, she met me at the front door. I pulled open the door just a few inches. You could barely see her, but she was incredibly distraught. She was almost in tears, and I said, Pam, can we just talk to you for a minute? They've arrested 3 people in connection. This is what you've been waiting for.
I can't comment, Bill. I really can't. I'm totally devastated by this. I can't comment.
The phrase devastated, I'm really devastated by this. It's stuck in my mind. Well, why in the hell would you be devastated? They just made an arrest in the murder of your husband, and now there's a solution. Fantastic. Why would you be devastated by that? I didn't understand. I didn't understand at that point.
To learn more about Pam's possible involvement in the murder, detectives question the boys. But Pete Randall, J.R. Latimer, and Billy Flynn refuse to talk.
Now that we've got these 3 under arrest, we're looking at Pamela Smart as the person who planned the murder of her husband.
Once the boys were arrested, they're in custody. You can't talk to them without their lawyer's permission, but Cecilia Pierce was still out there.
Weeks before, she was the subject of that anonymous call. She was specifically named. She's got to know something. The police realize they've got to crack Cecilia Pierce.
The day following, we asked for another interview with her. She comes in with her mother, and we're talking to her about, we know you know something, we don't know if you're an accomplice, but you will be if you don't tell us, and we're applying pressure in that direction. Myself and Detective Barry Charowitz are doing the interview.
I like your little cat
And
naps. They're my
there's a
favorite.
commander,
Like, are you watching?
Captain
Like,
Mark Jackson. He jumped in at that point
in
and
this, or?
he told him, look, you're going to be in serious trouble. You're hindering us in our
I like when you
investigation,
like
so
fall asleep
we'll
like a
charge you
minute.
with it. That's what we'll do.
And you're
The
like,
mother
what?
interjects and said, you can't talk to my daughter like that. And Captain Jackson's agent
You
came
open
to
away the wrong
Cecilia's
thing for
mother
me?
and said, she's in deep over her head. She's crossing her arms and she's turning away from us. And she went out in the dark and said, I've got to go to drugs. She ended up leaving
You're due
that
by
day.
80 days.
Obviously nervous and not telling us everything.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
The news came on. They mentioned they might arrest one more person, and I was like, thinking, well, that's probably me. I got really upset about it, and it didn't even cross my mind that I was a suspect.
So I told my mother that
I told my
when we
mother.
talked to her, I don't think she was overly surprised. She knew the amount of time we were spending with Pam. So she did call the police.
The following night, Cecilia Pierce decided that she wanted to cooperate. That was the first time that Cecilia gave us the information that she had.
What kind of a relationship
We're
do you have
making
with
you.
Well, it's 7 o'clock, so we'll probably have to do it around 8 like always.
So 8:30
Did you spend a lot of time with
in
her?
here too.
Yeah, I did.
7.
They were all throwing questions at me, and I was like really nervous. So I just came clean with what I needed to say to just clear my conscience.
What kind of a relationship did Pam
About
have
those
with him?
pizzas? No.
How did you find out about the
You still have salads?
Pam told me that she was in a
No. Did you actually eat them?
and sending me a text if I wanted to have it.
I believe it. Anyway.
Next time on Pamela Smart, an American murder mystery.
You want to know the details of how it was done.
The story that captivated the nation.
This is kind of boring. I'm not about it. They're making a story out of nothing.
Nothing.
There's the original Baywatch. I guess I'll try this. What about that? Truth and Lies, the Tanya Harding story. Have you read about this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Yep.
What do you do?
Killed his pregnant wife and tried to hide it.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I had another girlfriend. Just fine.
I see you. Hold on. Hmm?
Well, Natalie made a great contribution to this industry and to our work, and made some pretty wonderful motion pictures. And as a professional, she was a consummate professional, dedicated totally to her work. But that's the professional side. The other side, she was one of the most wonderful ladies that one could know.
She was a once-in-a-generation talent.
Natalie really had a fairy tale life. She was absolutely irresistible.
But at age 43, Hollywood icon Natalie Wood mysteriously drowns.
There was a lot of speculation, a lot of talk that there was foul play involved.
Was this a homicide? Was this an accident? What happened?
In this 1 hour
So she's like not even a part of the documentary. She's just a random lady.
They heard a woman screaming, "Help me, I'm drowning," for 20 freaking minutes.
Hear the confession that rips the case apart.
He sounded tormented, extremely upset, extremely emotional.
He said that jealousy over several drinks started turning into rage.
And reveal a bombshell 30 years in the making.
The person who has the most to lose in this whole scenario would be Robert Wagner.
I know what happened.
It's just very sad. The Dark Waters,
brought her so close to shore, so close to help, but it wasn't enough.
I've always been terrified, still am, of water, seawater, or, river water. They've searched for hours and found nothing.
He wanted to tell somebody he felt like he had held it in for too long.
Robert Wagner's stories over the years never quite made sense.
There was a big argument on the boat.
Did RJ strike her? Did he hit her with the bottle?
The three men were never inspected for signs of a struggle.
Sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
When that accident happened, there were so many people on top of that, you can't believe it.
It's Thanksgiving weekend, 1981, Catalina Island, 22 miles off of the coast of Los Angeles. It's a beautiful, touristy area in the summer, but in the winter, it's really mainly just the locals who live there.
Catalina is a boater's destination.
It's the
There's two
fucking
communities,
Catalina winery
Avalon
stuff.
and two harbors. But housing is very minimal, and a lot of the people live on their own boats.
And in the middle of the night, the calm in this maritime community is upended.
1:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Don Whiting,
I know
manager
we-
of the
we
restaurant,
are, what are you
does
talking about?
a read. He
You
hears his
maybe-
voice
I
on
thought you were
Ships
gonna-
to Shore
I
radio,
thought I knew what you were gonna say.
which he immediately recognizes.
The voice belongs to a local yachtsman, television star Robert Wagner.
What was Robert Wagner?
Says, "This is Splendor. We need help. Someone is missing from the boat."
Just hours earlier, Whiting had served the actor at his restaurant.
On Saturday evening, Robert Wagner, his wife Natalie Wood, and Christopher Walken, they had been drinking and laughing and talking about film, and by the time they finished dinner, they were so drunk that Don had called the man on the dock to make sure that they safely got back into the dinghy, and then that the dinghy got safely back to the Splendor. So he was worried right from the get-go.
After hearing Wagner's cry for help, Whiting rushes to the home of the man responsible for operations at the local port.
My name is Doug Oden. I was acting harbor master at two harbors. When I got to the door and Don Whiting answered, he had a concerned look on his face, and he told me that Natalie Wood was missing.
The missing woman is a Hollywood icon, whose story begins in 1938. Natalia Zakharenko was born on July 20th in San Francisco. The second of three girls born to Russian immigrants, Nikolai and Maria.
Now, her father was a carpenter, and
As you
her
was
mother
carpenter.
stayed home and was raising the three girls. Before Natalie was born, her mother Maria had visited a fortune teller who told her that her second-born was destined to be a star. So Maria did everything she could to make that prophecy come true.
I am Lana Wood, and Natalie Wood is my sister. Natalie was, one of those kids that was always dancing and singing and play acting. And my mom thought that she was going to have the most wonderful life. My mother was a guiding force in everything.
When Natalie was 4 years old, Maria moved the family north of San Francisco, about 50 miles, to a town called Santa Rosa, which was a popular filming location, and she was hoping that her daughter would be discovered there.
My mom and sister heard that a movie was being shot, and the assistant director was looking around the crowd and said, "You, little girl, is that your mom? Can I give her this ice cream cone? Have her walk across the street, drop the ice cream cone, and cry. Can she do that?" And my mother said, "Yes." The director took a liking to Natalie and convinced my mom that she should continue acting.
In June of 1944, the entire family relocates to Los Angeles.
They got a call, would she come and do a screen test for a film called Tomorrow is Forever for someone else. And Natalie got the role, and they dyed her hair blonde, and she learned German, and that was it. She never stopped working.
By 1945, Natasha has a contract with International Pictures and changes her name to Natalie Wood. 2 years later, she lands her first leading role.
Natalie's first film role as a budding child star, if you will, was as the Santa Claus skeptic in the perennial Hollywood favorite, Miracle on 34th Street.
As a child, she utterly charmed the public. She was adorable, just absolutely irresistible.
But off-screen, her childhood is far from idyllic.
Natalie's mother pushed her. You're expected to come in with your lines memorized and you don't make mistakes. You have huge responsibility and you're 7. So you're robbed of your childhood and you grow up very quickly.
People ask me continuously, was she a stage mother? And did she push her and want her to do that without question?
Over the next 8 years, Natalie goes on to star in 20 films.
Natalie would be doing 2 films at once. So she and continued on through her teens.
The biggest break for her to transition into adulthood was Rebel Without a Cause. She fought so hard for that role.
This brilliant decision to make this radical departure from being the sweet, innocent child star.
Toby, why didn't you
into
tag me in
being,
that picture?
Kind of a wild girl on the
Picture me
screen
for bingo.
really paid off. Not only was she holding her own against powerhouse talent James Dean, at the end of the day, she was nominated for an Oscar.
Soon, Natalie leaves International and signs a lucrative contract with Warner Brothers. And in 1956, the studio introduces her to the man that will change her life.
Natalie was 18 years old, and Robert Wagner was 26 years old. They got together on a studio-arranged date.
Natalie was immediately smitten with his adorable good looks, and it clicked from that first night.
To me, Robert Wagner was
good to see you.
He was just one of those fortunate guys who was good-looking and was charming and built his career on that.
He radiated a sophistication and a very tender side that she was attracted to. She did not have a lot of tenderness at home, and that was something really missing for her that I think he's supplied.
Natalie Wood was fantastic for Robert Wagner's career. He had the hottest actress in Hollywood.
Come on.
He had
let's have one.
The kind of greatness she had in
But you're gonna be too
movies.
old.
At least he got
Maybe
to
then
share
you'll,
a bit of the
settle down.
limelight with her.
And a year after their first date, the iconic couple gets married on December 28, 1957.
We took a train to Arizona where they were going to get married, and I remember sobbing hysterically when she got married to George. She asked me why, and I said because I thought I was going to lose him.
You got what you need?
I did.
Yep, everything I could think of. Let's go.
24 years ago, Natalie Wood is now missing off the coast of Catalina Island.
It's not uncommon to get radio calls saying that somebody is missing, or somebody hasn't come back to the boat.
Well, you sound pretty excited.
It happens regularly. So Don White and I jumped in the Harmon boat and ran up to this point. On board the boat was Robert Wagner and his captain.
We've spent the last 2 years doing a whole lot of cursing. We get the lights on at last lake. That's lighting our first candle.
Yeah, only one problem with that.
What's that, Dean?
This was a relaxing weekend for all of us.
Lights attract all kinds of nasty bugs. They make it way easier for him to find you.
The dinghy was not there. It was a
Walk in this party, all this girls looking at me. Skinny jeans on and you know my hair and that.
Nah, why would we have that kind of luck?
introduce yourself very much. The one that you would not watch repeat. I saw it one time. I saw your burgers. What's wrong with you? Everything?
Like opiate painkillers or heroin in a pill. ADHD medicine is a very small dose of meth in a pill.
Now, when we think about methamphetamine from a chemical perspective, and we think about amphetamine, which is the active ingredient in Adderall, the only difference between these drugs is an additional methyl group on the methamphetamine compound. Methamphetamine is legal in the United States for prescription. It's a Schedule II drug. Schedule II drug. But people don't prescribe it because of areas surrounding illicit.
Getting my exams.
Okay, I think that's all.
So we think about people who have meth labs. We think about people who are living in rural America, all within a negative context. Then we contrast that with another amphetamine that has similar effects.
Girl, where's your Adderall? What time did you guys get home last night?
Late.
We oftentimes think of that in a different context. We think about people who have prescriptions for Adderall. We think about college students. We think about people in our society who we like.
I just ended up accidentally taking like 6 Adderall. I stayed up all night. I did a real deep dive into Ryan Dilla Davis' Facebook page. And I found some shit.
Wealthier kids have access to purified pharmaceutical speed, and other communities have access to meth, cooked meth. Although the potency
It's like doing
is
that
definitely
conversation.
greater in crystal meth and smoking it, etc. At the neuroreceptor sites, it has the exact same effects.
I'm surrounded by very privileged people. These are wealthy people in America. We have the money to get tested, the resources to afford being medicated every day of your life, where you can maximize everything.
Even negotiating the healthcare system and finding the right doctors is also something that's a matter of privilege, right? Some people know how to do it, and a lot of people don't. So if you have the right connections, if you know who to go see, I think that also becomes easier to do.
Adderall is perfect for finance work and for any type of work where you have to be really detail-oriented, which is what finance work is. I think while I was at Goldman, I never told anybody that wasn't under the age of 25. You had to try to feel it out before you would ever reveal that you took Adderall. And I think there is this fear that if you reveal it, then A, they've never heard it, they don't get it, and B,
I didn't eat it.
ready? And they may view you as somebody that can't keep up. When getting it from my friends became expensive, I decided it was
Whoa!
something
It ain't like I can catch
so
you.
all I did was send a text to a few friends.
I'll try
So
to
I
keep
ended up
that in
going out
mind.
to Central Park South, and it was a fancy office, and it was a nice place man. And I think once he heard, oh, I work for Goldman Sachs, he was like, okay, he's normal, he'll be fine, he's some version of ideally successful, so I can put a prescription in me. I probably had 6 or 7 months of it.
I got him.
There was a great line in the comedy scene on Calvin on one of the needed Adderall. They find it in one well, this is on Spike. Actually, Sidney Powell.
Currently on Adderall. Want to make $50?
This is the generation
This is a skit
in the
for
mid-90s that was widely
Silicon
exposed
Valley.
to the use of Adderall and Ritalin
Whoa!
and
It ain't like I can catch you.
Gee, thanks. I'll try to keep that in mind.
I'm not agreeing, but it is possible for it to get you in your mind.
That's probably isn't medication.
I'm afraid I'll have to expel your son. Unless you're willing to try a radical, tested, potentially dangerous antidote. A new drug
Like, I learned about ADD after being on the medication, so it was like, I didn't know what it was always for school. It was always just about, I guess, being with the teachers and just being really loud and
guess I've had an interest in school, and I focused in always what I wanted to do. Art, I guess reading.
How's everything? How's the art? Good.
This year,
Good, making up for it. Yeah. Like we've done before?
Yeah, and I kind of think I would like to stop altogether.
Remember we talked about developmental brain.
God damn.
The more mature your brain was, more mature the neurons.
Yeah, exactly. Start making connections,
and then you don't need to use them.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I would like to kind of.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come out and do this again sometime.
Yeah, I'll talk to Skizzo about getting some barbed wire around this. It'll keep the newts off.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of shit job he wants to give me.
You'll live. Come on, I gotta check something else out.
Not in there yet, just as fresh as by hand. You're doing fine. Go gently. Gently.
I went to Montessori school when I was younger, along with my sister and cousins.
You will start slicing that thing, or you can slice it how do this.
They did well in those schools, and I didn't.
When he was little, everybody else would know their alphabet and numbers, and he couldn't necessarily identify a number from a letter.
Sorry. So we had him tested, and they said that he had ADD. So we moved him to another school that really a very good school, very good.
His third grade teacher, halfway through the year, said something about him being on medication. I'm like,
So, you're old lady?
Okay, how the hell did
everybody passes on medication.
It's not hard to put
And
two
I'm
and
like,
two
well,
together.
he's
How
not.
you
Well,
lost
I
her at
think
that
that
refugee camp.
you
The
might
one
want
north
to
of
try.
Belknap.
So I was only there for 2
And
years
in the last
before
few
being
weeks, we
prescribed.
see Nero choppers in the air. And you were hoping for what? Miracle? That she was with them somehow?
something like that?
3.5 million
But
kids
she's not.
prescribed Adderall.
No.
I'm sorry.
It was definitely her
Look,
decision.
it's not a
because I
big
was
deal,
afraid it
so
was
let's just
gonna
drop it.
hurt his creativity. I mean, even at 3, you could just see, like, he had something. I didn't want to ruin him. I tried it, and there was a difference in him that was just able to concentrate more. And I tested it because I wanted to see what it did. And apparently I have ADHD too because it worked. So it just kind of
you don't. It's called meth.
helps you concentrate.
So you will have ADD.
We won't know that until the Ritalin helps his concentration. Not so many years ago, the medical profession thought, well, wait a minute, I'm not sure if this kid has ADHD or not. There's no definitive test. I'll give her a stimulant and see if it works. If it works, she has ADHD. If it doesn't, she doesn't. Interesting idea, probably wrong. Most everybody who takes a stimulant does focus better and longer, can pull that all-nighter.
I was being forced to take pills. That's the thing. Like, I'm not doing it because it's fun and stuff. I'm doing it because I have to. When I was in 9th grade, I was taking 50 milligrams a day. I'd get home from school and I'm still like brushing my teeth. And still like wired. I'd be like up till 6 in the morning. Just like hanging out around because I'd still be wired from it.
Ready when you are.
The only difference between children and adults, as far as I can see, in the use of medicines, is children don't like the higher doses. As they get higher, they say, I feel nervous, I feel weird. And something happens in adolescence that the older adolescent and adult will often say, I feel powerful, I feel grand.
So I was super embarrassed by it. And then when I started going to public school, just like
that one thing,
innocent, and like just thought it was really fun. Just being like, I take pills like to calm down. Like,
a while ago,
I was always yelling at
some more
Did you take your
right
pills?
in.
Did you take your pills?
Some of you said pick them up.
If he was
We ain't
not
got
listening
enough
to
for
me or
ourselves.
behaving
Some of
badly,
you
I also
said
asked that
we
question,
can't
which is
trust you.
probably more of the annoyance of why he picked up on that.
Is proof of what I've been saying all along. We need everyone.
and then that's when I started
everyone who is willing to be, who is willing to work, who is willing to help us rebuild.
Ignore everything. Like I started to be proud of it.
The past couple of months, Ricky
Getting up was the
has been
obsession.
doing
Just
just
going around people and being like,
She can't do it alone.
That's me.
She needs help.
They're just beautiful. Everything he does, I
What's gonna
love.
happen?
The paintings, I guess, don't really
We
go with
welcome the drifter
the idea of being
into our
on Adderall, except for just being super
We allowed
meticulous,
him
super correct, and repeated
earn
over
our
and
trust.
over and over again. And that's what I found to be the
Tonight,
connection between
we
that and
take
the
one more step
obsessiveness
out of the darkness.
Everyone says this. For some reason, everyone's like, oh, no, that's not true. We have distractions in life, but not every time the brain functions like something for ADHD. One of my earliest memories was having diagnosed. I think it's pretty detrimental for people to constantly be saying things like that because it kind of delegitimizes.
Come on, let's go see Abby.
Delegitimizes the struggle and the actual power that ADHD might have over somebody's life. And it is a disorder. It causes a lot of issues, and there's a stigma around it. And I think that people throw it off like it's nothing. And everyone has a little bit of it, but it's not true.
A lot of people out there that think they have it because they can't focus. But they really can't focus because society has just taught you not to focus.
Well, there is.
You come to this 1 minute society. So everything is about shortening your attention spans anyway. So society overall now has ADD. So then where's the line between those that actually were born with it and those that have just now grown up in an ADD society? And I think that's where we really are right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay out of the pool, since Nick looks like he's really struggling, though. It's just tough luck today.
I didn't have medication in mind when I went to the doctor. I kind of knew that I had the signs of ADHD, just looking at peers, Russell Simmons, and then I kind of placed myself somewhere in that spectrum.
Addie?
I talked to Russell a couple of times, his answer was, yeah, I don't take medicine, I feel good. And I went to go, I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is going to get it done for me right now. So, there you go.
We never had a discussion about his ADD as a child. I didn't think he needed to have a label. I think he needed to understand that he needed coping skills.
Like, she never took me to a doctor to even consider medication.
That does not mean
She wanted me to learn how to function
that I don't
within the confines of what
I never would have guessed that they were caressing those switches and circuits.
Haven't been a special ed teacher. I've watched, to me, systemic administration of drugs a little bit.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I know upon doing that, I really did not want to, and I must say Black and Hispanic little boys. I knew that I did not want that for my child. So it was not a happy moment when he announced that after all those years of not using medication that he felt he needed to do that.
I think as a kid, I thought of Ritalin as what you put like the crazy kids on, not knowing that I technically should have been on it myself.
Everyone was to go on Ritalin and it was instant cure. I didn't see it as an excuse. I could never agree to it. Just ran outside of it.
Ritalin started as a love story. A scientist in Switzerland was fiddling around with compounds and things that were close to amphetamine, and he came up with something that he thought actually might help his wife be more peppy, play better tennis, literally, and maybe keep her weight down. He was like, there's really something to this. Her name, Marguerite, she was actually known as Rita, and so he named it Ritalin. And it was only after SIBA, the Swiss company, put it on the market that they took off the E, and we now know it forever as Ritalin.
Why don't you come back tomorrow
In the
and see
beginning,
Addie,
I
and
think
she's going to tell you how
we were
good job I
completely
did.
enamored of the short-term
I
effect.
think it's fine.
There's nothing so gratifying as to have a parent come the day after you first get the pill and say, you know, I can't believe it. He's normal. He's a likable kid now. Oh, you're such a good girl.
Keith Connors was a seminal figure in the history of ADHD. He developed the primary rating scale that was used by doctors to help understand the clinical picture in children. He worked on behalf of pharmaceutical companies, evaluating new drugs.
Nobody knew anything about all this stuff. These were difference makers in mental health.
What these doctors at Johns Hopkins were doing was seeing if there was another pill other than amphetamine, which had a terrible reputation, that might help these troubled children. Now, how are you going to get methylphenidate? The only way to get it is to ask SIBA for it, the Swiss company that marketed it. And so they said, hey, SIBA, can we have a gazillion pills? And this oil drum-sized barrel of Ritalin pills ends up coming to Johns Hopkins so that they can do their trials.
In those days, it was possible to go to the principal and say, you know, we're trying out a new drug. And he said, oh my God, if you could just calm these little bastards down, it would be wonderful. We arranged a study on the spot and did a 2-week trial with children called the pills math pills, because for the first time they were to sit down and sums and learn.
The hyperactivity and inability to pay attention among children, of course, has been understood for a long time. That's the way some kids are. And one of the first names was minimal brain damage. They assumed that there was some sort of damage to the brain, either at birth or encephalitis. Well, it became increasingly clear that that wasn't the case. They said, you know what, how about minimal brain dysfunction?
Good choice.
It was only in 1980 that focus began, if you will, on the concept of inattention in children. How about attention deficit disorder? It had been rebranded as something
I can still smell your poop whenever you came downstairs.
And people would be willing to allow that.
Must be nice.
In 1996,
I really got it. I got that. No, I had to shit in like 3 days. I know, I had to shit until I had to wait. I was ready. I was like, in that whole, like, alright, I'm gonna go home. My body was processing it. Just kidding. Now I got my brain thinking. Adderall's original name is Vivitrol.
Vivitrol was being used occasionally to treat what was at the time, of course, known as ADD. ADD, Adderall. And that's what it is.
$13 billion industry? Jesus.
One of the interesting phenomena for me is listening to experts who were on the ground floor of people like Connors, now having major questions and regrets in terms of the outcomes of what they had done, the medicalizing of everyday life, that everybody could potentially have a disorder, ultimately trivializes the entire process and also puts the whole society in the hands of doctors and big pharma.
I think I was in the ADHD business, and I wasn't really cognizant of how much I was in that business. There are big bucks really for doctors.
I'm trying to like get my body ready because I forgot that I really need to.
And give them prescriptions without knowing that.
Why are you like reading my body movements? Don't make fun of me. Why do you read my mind?
Some of which are good, but some of which are quite
even when I'm gross.
The United States also is one of only 2 developed nations that allows the direct-to-consumer advertising of controlled substances. So when it came to ADHD drugs, it wasn't just
already done with my homework, Dad.
Can't concentrate in school. What they wanted to do was make the mothers more comfortable. Oh my goodness, my kid now takes out the garbage. What a wonderful world, thanks to Adderall XR. Every mother is going to be seduced by an ad that appears from another grazing helps.
I think I just need to go to the bathroom and take my time.
It was grotesque what these companies did in the pursuit of profit.
Well, yeah, because it's like, I don't want to be in there forever. I feel like they're going to make fun of me. But and then what? KFC KFC and more scratchers? Or Chick-fil-A. Or no, it's Sunday. Damn it! Every time!
Patient. At the end of the day, I will change 30 people's lives and maybe their families, right? But when I'm in media, I'm talking to a million people at one time.
Dr. Corey Hebert is an ER physician at the LSU Health Sciences Center.
The way a child sees himself and how a child learns to cope in the world, along with his self-esteem and confidence,
did you use the last one toilet paper?
Yes, dude. It was.
Medical problem.
Come on, bro. Good to see you, man. How you been? Good. You're looking good. I want to make my patients do well, and they're going to be successful with all the tools that I have in my arsenal. And that's the bottom line. I have to do that. And, now people say, well, maybe we should not use medicine for that. Well, comes in much. What you must do is make the correct diagnosis, not overdiagnose and not over-medicate. Tell me how school's going. All right? Tell me all right. What does that mean, all right? I mean, you make an A, you make a B, you make a C.
The part I like, he don't talk to him as if he's his doctor. He talked to him like he cares. All the other doctors we have, it's go in, they check everything and write an appointment, we'll see you back in 4 weeks. Well, with Dr. Hebert, it's not like that.
What about these side effects from taking the medicine? I mean, you're feeling tired, or tell me what you're feeling. No. Stomachache, headache, anything like that? Headache. You get headaches? Okay. How often?
He was diagnosed with ADD when he was 6. And I heard all the stigmatized medication make the children feel, and for 2 years I went without giving him medication. We tried therapy and everything, and nothing would work. He actually had to repeat kindergarten.
Were you taking your medicine and all of a sudden you stopped taking it? Yeah. Come on, man, you're killing me! Come on, man. So when you start taking it again, you start getting headaches. Yeah. Is that okay? I'm glad.
You gotta tell first of the day, I didn't like the way it had him at all. Would talk, would eat, could sleep, y'all could not see anything. So we got Adderall. When we first started school, he was taking it every day, and he had 2.53, and now his grades are dropping.
Let's go.
Because he don't take his meds, but he's at the age now to where I'm not going to force him to take it because he knows the difference. And he's in high school now, so if those are the consequences he want to deal with, then that's on him. But I don't like the effects of it sometimes either.
Y'all good to go. If a child has ADHD, then we're going to do whatever it takes to get it to the next level, whether that be medicine, whether it be therapy, whether it be some other intervention. But something must happen.
I was the first in my family to graduate from high school. And I always tell my kids, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. So because I have a master's degree, then I want you to get a doctorate. I want to be able to call you Dr. King. That's him right there. That's my baby. When he's not on his meds, he reacts and does things without thinking about the consequences. He knows that he should take them, it's that he don't like the side effects to it. And he won't take it Friday and Saturday or Sunday. And if he takes it Monday, it slows him down like he almost like zombie sleep. A lot of his friends don't have to deal with that, so it makes him feel like he's not normal. So he just rather not take it.
What was the research you were able to do about Adderall?
I went to the doctor, tried one medicine, didn't work, and then we tried a different immediately.
What was the research?
Did I do research? The psychologist, the doctor, I guess the teachers at school. The church, it was a room. I don't even know if I would have done now. Yeah, I Google how to understand. I mean, I Google everything. But then I don't know that I would even thought to do that.
I got spun. I stopped taking it so much. I don't take it right, really. This isn't pot and like booze. This is meth, and it's screwing with your liver. Like, When I was in senior year, I wasn't allowed to like drink or anything because they were worried it was like shutting down. Like my blood work wasn't looking good, or it was like too many enzymes or something. Like I had to constantly be looking at my poop to see what color it was. Like if that's the case, then this isn't really worth it.
So what do we know about the safety issues with stimulants?
There are cardiovascular risks. There's also a risk of a psychotic episode, even for people who don't have a history of psychosis. There's, a risk of addiction long term. People can become dependent on these drugs, and that's, a horrible fate. You wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy.
I think whether they realize it or not, they're banking on the fact that we take Adderall. The perfect employee at an investment bank or the perfect employee at a tech firm is somebody that doesn't say no. There is a culture of, oh, you do stay up 16 hours for 7 days straight. And if the kid to your right and the kid to your left are producing these outputs, then you should be able to produce these outputs. But if the kid on your right and the kid on your left are taking Adderall, then you should probably be taking Adderall. I was coming out of a particularly rough few weeks of work. I was working with a notorious asshole on Wall Street. He had another analyst, myself, working around the clock, and we were up for 2.5 days doing Adderall. We present all the work that we've been doing to the managing director, and he flips through it and immediately starts saying, wait, this isn't what I asked for. I actually need this, this, and this. I turned to this guy in my impaired state, and I said, fuck you. This is exactly what you asked for. And so the next day, I go into work, keep my head down low, and the associate comes over to me. He goes, hey, did you hear what happened last night? About 2 or 3 hours after you left the office, the other analyst that you've been working with had a seizure from exhaustion, and he's in the hospital right now. I immediately go and call him. He picks up the phone, a little bit, and I ask him how he is, and he says, my parents are trying to make me quit. My parents think that, like, enough is enough. But can you send me this file? I'm being asked.
When I was in high school, everyone told me, you're going to love college, you're going to finally get to be able to take classes that you enjoy. I like business, but it doesn't feed my soul. I take it because it's relevant.
Stimulants they gave them to pilots in World War II. They will give you something that you want in the short term. And so then you're primed that pill is going to give you what I want. Wow, that medicine really helped me today. I did much better than work without it. I'm going to do it again. And then, oops, now I can't sleep. Does anybody have anything for sleep? People need to understand is if you abuse the stimulants, young people do. We've had many patients that is their drug of choice. They tend to always pair them with something that's a downer like alcohol. It's very easy to have an alcohol overdose get on stimulants because you'll be able to drink a lot more and then suddenly the stimulants are off and you're in a blackout.
People use it for work, and so they think it's okay. I have friends that have gotten to the point where they can't really do work without taking Adderall. You get used to it, and then you can't do work without it. You can't be productive. I've seen that happen.
Most people can use amphetamine without becoming addicted, but ultimately too large a group of people become addicted, so it becomes unacceptable for the society to put this much speed out there. And we're absolutely in one of those growing waves right now. Those of us on the front line have been feeling this for about 8 to 10 years. And right at the moment, the opiate, doctor-prescribed opiate abuse epidemic is taking center stage. But I'm telling you, Adderall is right below the threshold of the opiates.
Did you start to attribute success to the Adderall?
I really struggled with, not am I cheating, but is this really me anymore?
should I still feel as good about accomplishing something, you know, knowing that I took Adderall and that really helped me focus on getting it done rather than like struggling through my pain or exhaustion, especially after I started getting these injuries. Dislocated shoulder, herniated disc in my back, L5-S1, torn MCL, torn hamstrings, torn quads, had my bell rung. Adderall really was able to help lift me out of that. The problem was that really productive feeling and feeling like I'd conquered the world that day, it would fall off into this black spiral, like into a depression, and it was a crash, you know, I'd start crashing off of it. So then I'd take a little more, 70 milligram time release in the morning, and then supplementing a couple 20 milligrams in there throughout the day. That crash doesn't really go away when you take more. You spike up and then you're dipping back down into the crash. It would be an exhaustion thing. Like you're running, but your body isn't going anywhere. You start to kind of like float away from yourself in a way.
Sometimes if you're feeling depression, if you stop taking Adderall, it can sort of lead to the depression more. That might just be me. I think sometimes when you're not on it, it's easy to get into your head and kind of just get lost in that space.
It makes me bummed out to know I didn't do it myself. Like, me and the Adderall did it. Definitely a competition with yourself.
It was definitely like an identity crisis coming up. Because like, I will say me being on it and me being on it is like two completely separate figures. Very different people.
Because it's an amphetamine and because it speeds up your metabolism, it dries you out, it dehydrates your muscles and your tissue, so you become more prone to injury. So that became a real challenge as well, is staying hydrated through, you know, the use.
I really believed he had ADD. It seems like his was a medical issue that was being treated. Whereas anytime I had used Adderall to study, or anyone I knew had used Adderall to study, I mean, I looked at it as basically like abuse, substance abuse. But I didn't look at it that way until later, when I realized how much he was taking. And then when I started to also feel like his sleep was being affected, and he was maybe using other substances to help him sleep, I just started thinking, well, that's not a great cycle.
My prescription for Adderall and Vyvanse had run out, and on a day when I didn't have it, I took a Ritalin. They both treat ADD, ADHD. That's what I have a therapeutic use exemption for Adderall for. You know, it'll be the same thing. It should be fine. So, of course, the day I took the Ritalin, took a drug test, failed it. You know, they viewed it as two different compounds completely, and I was hit with a 4-game suspension.
This morning, America's golden girl targeted.
She's just got so much power.
The leaked documents reveal 19-year-old Biles tested positive for methylphenidate.
Simone was upfront about taking the drugs and was given a therapeutic use exemption for the medication she takes.
And one other decorated Olympian has grappled with ADHD, Michael Phelps. But some people are now asking to switch drug treatment, unfair leg up at the Olympics.
We've arrived at the land of controversy. Should everybody get SAT tutors? That's enhancing performance, but only certain families can afford it. Should everybody drink coffee? This goes way beyond psychiatry or clinical psychology. It goes way beyond mental health. What's a level playing field? Stimulants and ADHD are in the middle of that playing field. If we play our cards right, we're going to have to bring ADHD, mental health stigma, the use of medications out in the open, and have a debate about what kind of performance enhancement we should allow and what we value and don't value in our society.
Your experience changes a lot as you spend time
on the medications. And initially it was jet fuel. Yeah. And I didn't need much at all. I'd take 5 or 10 milligrams a day and be fine. There was a lot of optimism and a lot of kind of almost obsession with getting things done, but it's so fun. And that's not really true anymore. So now I take 40 a day. And I do things to make that stronger as well. I get up in the morning and I just have a milky protein shake, which is a base. If I were to just have a glass of like orange juice, that would be very acidic, and it would destroy a lot of the Adderall before I absorbed it.
Brain hacking, as they call it, is definitely sort of a subset of the larger biohacking sphere, which again, I want to biohack myself to be able to run a mile faster or whatever it is. Probably the film Limitless has done more than anything else to kind of like make the public think, oh, this is a thing. Like there are drugs that can make a person smarter. Like, you know, information is pouring into my head like Neo in the Matrix.
I know Kung Fu. Well, for the last 10 years, there's been a lot of discussion about cognitive enhancement. A lot of the discussion has been about, you know, the ethics of it, is it cheating, or the safety of it, but everybody seemed to be assuming that, of course, it would enhance your cognition. So we decided to test and find out.
In some very interesting data from Martha Fair at the University of Pennsylvania's lab, some of the initial trials have been done of college students without any sign of ADHD, taking either stimulants or placebo, and every week getting tests of flooding.
It was, you know, across a huge battery of different tasks. In the end, we found no significant difference between Adderall and placebo, except for one question. Do you feel that the pill you took today enhanced your cognition?
So one of the conclusions may be that stimulants are very good at boosting your false self-confidence and how well you're learning.
People think of amphetamine being smart pills, and they're not. They certainly can help you stay awake when you should be asleep. Can help you endure a boring task a lot longer. But it doesn't add anything new or cognition. The single most universal effect that amphetamine, Adderall, has on anyone who takes it is a feeling that they're doing better. Okay, that's not a small effect, because the feeling of doing better at something improves your motivation and confidence in doing it.
If you feel good about yourself and you feel more driven to do what you want to do, you want to try to get that enhancement, even if it's not actually increasing your IQ in a very concrete way.
Oftentimes, Adderall is sort of an entry point for people into finding out that cognitive enhancers are a thing.
As a millennial male that went to a great college, worked at private equity funds and hedge funds, it's impossible to avoid stimulant abuse, because our definition of medication has changed. It used to be getting over an illness versus taking advantage of a loophole to acquire a Schedule II drug.
We had some friends who were on Adderall for off-label uses, and they were not getting the good results. They thought that they needed it to be successful. We didn't really want that, so we started looking at alternatives that were over the counter without needing to, you know, go pretend to have ADHD. I just got this vision of a very simple page, three elements: a question, a yes, no, I'm satisfied. We can ask, do you want great sleep? Yes, or no thanks, I'm satisfied. They hit no, it moves on to, do you want more focus? They hit yes, they go straight to the optimum LP.
How can I help you? What if your brain can do more? It can.
Sometimes people try and put us in the same boat as prescription stimulants. And I hate that, because we're not. We're meant to help healthy people achieve their purpose.
I don't have ADHD. I'm a healthy person looking for things that can help make me the optimal and ultimate version of me that I have had in my mind. I think internally everybody's looking for that ultimate next version of themselves.
We started Alternoscript taking ingredients that had been studied by the top scientists in the world and saying, do any of these actually exist? And then we started to talk about how cognitive enhancement pills are going commercial. This research is happening to put it all together.
Maybe try picking one or the other, just to drive straight through to the point. But
what about excitacated?
Excitacated. Sounds like a new prescription.
Cognitive enhancement is not going away. It's the future of the human species. All of this is inevitable. The nootropics movement with microdosing, with using things like modafinil, people are taking steps to get to that next level, whether it's physically or cognitively.
In parts of Silicon Valley now, people are very interested in microdoses of LSD and psilocybin for enhancement purposes. And in a culture in which innovation is given such a high priority, I can imagine ways in which that might play into the idea of having a more expansive view of things at the same time that you get some of the benefits of both.
Okay, so it's not like a glass of wine or a wait. Decompression. Next time, transfer my stuff to the investment. And I put them in capsules that measure up to 0.2 grams.
Microdose is the intense equivalent of a conventional dose of a psychedelic substance. That includes the classic psychedelic LSD, psilocybin, mushrooms, mescaline. You can expect zero psychedelic effects. The rocks don't glitter even a little. The flowers have no great interest in you personally. In fact, if you have anything like that, that's too high a dose.
In college, I got Adderall from other kids. I didn't fill my own prescription. After college, I felt this like mounting pressure from work to start using my prescription again, and it was 90 milligrams a day. The mentality around here is it should have been done yesterday, and move fast. Right, they already got serious, but something that everybody uses that is 28, 29 and talking about significant burnout.
Less physiological substances and that have better side effects. The substance has never any side effects. They're all effects. It's just which ones you want. If you're selling, you go for one set of effects. If you're looking at helping people who are being tortured by their pharmaceuticals, you look at other things.
I think when you take Adderall, there's a sense of urgency to like get through things as quickly as possible. This is, you're comfortable with taking your time, and you realize that you can take your time to execute properly.
The clue came to me some years ago, where I learned that Albert Hoffman, who was the man who first synthesized LSD, said that this very low dose area was incredibly under-researched. And he said, had Sandoz, his company, been more active, there would have not been a market for Ritalin.
But instead, we have this like really highly addictive substance that is a moneymaker for companies and doctors. LSD and mushroom concepts.
When I count to 1, 2, 3, 4.
What? Well, what was that? Because I haven't had any urge to take Adderall since my career ended, really. My mindset is so I used to like need that energy and that like mental chaos.
Don't worry.
Now meditation has helped tremendously with my focus, mental clarity. So of course, I had days where I'm like, fuck, man, I was in the NFL. As a rookie coming into the league, people were telling me,
So Adderall's really bad for you.
That's
what it was just saying. Bad for your liver. You shouldn't be drinking on it.
You niggas don't know that?
I gave everything I had until the day came when
The moment Evan was ready to retire, I said, okay, what did you write? Start writing.
Sometime in high school, I fell in love with the idea of becoming a writer. Started reading Bret Easton Ellis, Less Than Zero. I just felt in my gut that I was like, creative writing's for me. So as my career came to an end, my wife really encouraged me to take, these like stack of journals I had of writing from my experience in the league. Writing, that's the best way I can describe taking that on. I took 2 that Monday night before kickoff. It's really exciting to be able to, be on the verge of figuring out really who am I going to be in this life after football.
Hey, my baby. No, you text me I'm at the game, man. You answer the phone when I call you. I show him this picture all the time. I'm like, see, this is what happens when you don't take your medication. He kept getting into physical altercations with another student at the school. He knows got broken. I actually had to push charges against the other kid. And I felt like I could no longer handle him. So I allowed him to go live with his father in New Jersey. That's his oldest brother. He's 18. Oh, there's plenty of incidents. And the day turns 15, he stole my car. He stole my car. We still looking for my car, and it was stolen. Parents are crying. By the time they get to the doctor, they're crying. They're hurting. They don't know what to do with these little people when they act like that. There's so much negativity going around saying that if a kid does this too much, if a kid does that too much, a doctor automatically wants to say that they're ADD or ADHD to just give them medication. Me being a parent that actually has a child with it, and I can tell the difference between Raheem and my oldest son. And as a parent, sometimes it's disheartening because you feel like you're not doing everything that you can do for your kids. I still try and encourage him from here. And I ask him every day, I talk to him, did you take your meds? And he's like, yes, Mom, I took my meds. I'm hoping this is a good move. Because I'm missing him like crazy. I don't think he would have gone through Adderall. I mean, he would have gotten through, but I can't say that he would be where he is, to be honest, if he wasn't on it. So, as much as I think he's very angry at me putting him on the Adderall, I think that
They have these
he
things
appreciates
they're like
being
purse
heavy
lights.
because if I wasn't,
And like, whenever you're like looking for something in your purse and you can't see,
where would
they just like it's like once it gets shaken, it turns on.
I was very fortunate. I started this process on New Year's 2016 and said to Erin, my girlfriend, I think I'm going to do
it's expensive.
a boot camp. And then I did all the things that I had to do to make that happen. One of those things was getting on Adderall. I pretty much got everything I wanted. The pay's great. And a recruiter from Google approached me. And that's crazy. And there's no way any of that would be possible without the medication. That might be because I have really severe ADHD and have a hard time like, performing in the ways that he did. And it might be because it was jet fuel and got me where I needed to get.
I felt like it was such an enhancement of my day. So, yes, you know, it was a good experience, and thank goodness I did not decide to dip into that barrel ever again.
Your grades back already?
I got 1 grade back from the exam this morning at 10. And I got an A. The stress really doesn't ever leave entirely. But I'm excited once I like graduate to not like to be able to leave that at work. I have a pretty good feeling that this will be the end of my relationship with Adderall. Hopefully in the adult world I'll like manage my time well enough that there won't be a time where like I need to take prescription drugs to like get my work done. So hopefully it's the end. I mean, I don't know where I will be, but when I picture it, I don't picture myself taking Adderall.
The purpose of Adderall for me is to focus on work. If I can get to a place where work is running itself and things are kind of okay, then I don't need it. If I hit for $200 million tomorrow, I would probably never take Adderall again. But then I need my Adderall to remember to play, because I keep forgetting to play. It's a lot of
Like, I'm just so much more boring when I'm on my medication. I'm so angrier. But yesterday I had to study all day, so I was on, 5 amps and I took an Adderall, and I was wired the whole time. It felt like shit, but I got my work done. So, it's kind of just this balance you have to figure out. I'm just getting a little disillusioned with this whole higher education thing. You need a bachelor's degree to be in studies, and we're all high on AUD meds as a group of 20-something-year-olds just fighting each other for...
Hey, John.
What, to set the curve in a class?
What you have here is a dynamic of not only people using what is, a dangerous drug, particularly when used improperly, but you also find a bit of an arms race building up, where if enough people see that their competition is doing it, they feel like they kind of have to do it too.
I think focusing on the use or abuse, depending on how people feel about this, is symptomatic of something broader. This highly competitive environment in which people feel compelled to compete beyond their possibilities to get ahead. This kind of focus on material progress and productivity, what's the cost of that? And is that a cost we're willing to live with?
I wouldn't say that I'm happy to have Adderall, but I'm happy that Adderall is an option, please.
Not a happy thing to fucking get scared.
After not being on it all the time, I feel more comfortable with who I am, like with my body and stuff. I would never put my kid on Adderall ever, because I know what it does to you, and like, it's not fun being on it. I feel like it's too easy to put a kid on something close to meth and not question it. There's other things you can do, just teach him how to focus.
It was about being the best. The NFL is a symbol of that level. Really.
Do you wish that you had not taken that ribbon?
No. I mean, I was doing what I had to do. And the next chapter of my life. It's never so bad that you can't find that in the hole.
Adderall, the drug of our time. I suppose the question of what's lost
we all were in an Adderall world, is the question, what is it all for? I just lost my thought. Hang on one second. I had it.
Bet.
Had an example.
Bet.
What we also might say is what human beings use and when they reflect and when their thoughts wander. I know what I'll do. Okay. And out of that comes what? Creativity, art, extraordinary moments of human connection. Of course, also moments of intense human pain and grief, but I would describe them as the experience of being human itself.
It's so hard for me to go through versus any girl, really. It's like, ooh, I don't know where I'm gonna put all this stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna be okay with that. What did you learn? I'm not alone. That's all you need to say. I don't like it. Look what else I found. Here you go. What? Shut up! One moment. Jesus. Give me a second to breathe, would ya? What are you doing? Baby?
Making sure I didn't take this dude's pen. I don't think I took this pen.
What pen?
His vape pen.
Who dude?
Dustin.
Yeah! What the fuck is your problem? Why do you think you're hot shit all the time? Can't do whatever you want. Out! Now!
Hey! Outside. Now. Go!
Outside! What are you grabbing? There you go. Wait, yeah, let me see about it. He hasn't even made a dent in that bone. Did you see it? I don't know if I like it.
What?
The purse. I think it's kind of, I like it, I kind of like it, but this part doesn't have like a, you can just slip something in there. Yeah, so I can put a phone there. Oh, I didn't do it.
Where is it?
That's what I got.
For your plumbing, air conditioning, and drain needs,
Just call Radiant. This cake batter stick is like my favorite yellow cake. Reminds me of playing the mixing bowl as a kid. Lucky you, I just sneak a lick while it was still being mixed. Wow, that sounds kind of dangerous. It was. In fact, it was very dangerous.
Don't miss out on cake batter shakes with real ice cream. Half price after 8 for Sonic Nights.
Tucker.
Did you get them all?
Yeah, fuck, I got them all. Isn't that what you're paying me for?
Sorry, it's just me. This is the third time we've come up here attacking her, taking and killing that poor person. We have to stop it, Deke. We have to.
Tuck, listen. I've been hired here to be the suit article.
Get ready.
No, it doesn't matter. Trust me on this.
The category is proper name. Vanna has squarely in place, and here we go.
They decided to call me North. You ain't gonna stop me. You just ain't. All right, so just keep doing what you're doing. You kill.
Jerry.
Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Sherry Mason is from Clarksburg, Maryland. Of course you know the Baltimore
Yes.
Orioles. Tell us what you do.
I'm a facility security officer for a nonprofit that supports the military.
Good to you. And as well do. Married?
Yes. Married to my husband Noel for over 13 years. We have two handsome boys. Ethan is 13 and Nathan is 9.
Okay, big theme park group?
Yes, I love theme parks, road trips, and going to the beach.
All right, good to have you here.
Thank you, Patrick.
Tanika, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Tanika Reed from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
A personal banker.
I am. I'm a personal banker with a large bank. I have I'm a single mother of a 6-year-old son.
Yeah.
His name is Jalen. I actually love him, and I love making people smile and happy.
Yeah, well, good. And Jalen's watching right now.
Yes, he is.
Which is pretty cool. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
You too, Patrick. Patrick Coons from, is it Ottawa? I can't say it.
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Yep.
So there's an L in there that you don't.
That is silent.
Why is the L in?
I'm not sure.
Can we stop for a moment and go find out? Ottawa, Tennessee. What do you do there?
That's right. So I'm a neurophysiologist. So pretty much I monitor the integrity of the nervous system during surgery.
Okay, wow. And you're married?
I'm married to my beautiful wife, Rachel, and we have 2 kids. Alexandra is 16 months, and Palmer is 3 months.
Now you do woodworking.
Plenty to cross the border. And that's going to let Carlos know.
I made my wedding band, and I tried to make my wife's wedding band as well. But turns out she was more interested in gold and diamonds. Who knew? Who knew?
You know, I made this one. If you look, you can see the guy still smoking a cigar.
Let's do another toss-up and change the subject. $2,000 at stake this time. In the kitchen is the category. And here we go. Anika.
Aluminum foil.
That is it. You got $2,000. Just like that. So, let's see here. Song lyrics is the category for this first round puzzle. And Tanika, you won the right to start.
Team.
One team.
A.
There is an A.
Okay, I'm gonna shit out. That charging dock. I'm gonna grab the extra charger.
So you have some money to spend if you want to do any spending. It looks like you're going to spend this. $600. Yeah, 2 S's.
I like my vowel. E.
4 E's.
Strangers in the dark. Very patient.
Okay.
W.
There is a W. Pick up that gift tag at the $1,000 cash, courtesy of Melissa's. $700.
B. I've had heartburn all day now.
1B.
I've been eating a lot of hot sauce.
How about vowel?
That.
A.
It's been called. That house kind of don't let it
I've had it.
cherry. It's your
I think
turn.
I'm allergic to bananas. Isn't that bananas?
We got a free play.
Y.
1Y. Well, we got that one thing out.
L.
Strawberry.
I'll buy a vowel. I.
Oh, yeah, there is an I.
Strawberry something forever. Huh? There you go.
F.
2 F's. $500 for each of those.
Strawberry Fields Forever. Song? Who sings it?
D.
Yes, there is
Who?
D.
Speed up. I'll stop the puzzle pack.
Go ahead.
Strawberry fields forever.
An old song by some British group. $2,850. $2,850. We'll be back with some more with Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of America's Game. Coming up, back to this.
Super Force breakfast croissant still is better. With grilled ham and hickory smoked bacon or grilled sausage or warm fudge croissant. It's way better than dry cereal. I wish I was more Download the Jack Super Force breakfast croissant. More people are switching to Ram than ever before because Ram gives you more power, more towing, more capability, and we've got the most awarded truck in America, so you can get on to bigger things. The all-new Ram 1500 and the Ram 3500. Hurry into the Ram Memorial Day sales event.
Now get 0% financing for 72 months on 2018 or 2019 Ram 1500 Classic models or 2018 Ram 2500 and 3500 models.
There we go. This Memorial Day, start your summer off right with a new Chevrolet. Oh, wow. An exciting summer begins at your Chevy dealer. Down here, Chevy Memorial Day sales event gets 0% financing for 7 times diesel and Chevy. $1 total cash allowance to each Discouraged new owners getting additional $2,000 total cash allowance. Deal Talk.
deal is back. With grilled ham and grilled chicken, or grilled sausage, more butter in the sun. It's way better than some mediocre cereal.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Download the Jack app and order my 2-for-4 breakfast croissants.
American Game is brought to you by the following.
Best Fiends. Download the app for free and solve tons of fun puzzles today. Best Fiends. Collect JoJo and tons of other cute characters. Solve thousands of fun puzzles. Download Best Fiends for free today. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends. Tonight's mystery round is brought to you by Icy Hot.
Fame thinks it can overpower you. Obviously doesn't know you. Icy Hot. Icy the dawn, to relax. Rise from pain. Icy Hot.
$10,000.
All right, on we go, boys and girls. The category for this next round is before and after. And Patrick, you'll get us started. Holding a wild card. $500.
T.
1 T.
Damn it, you sons of bitches.
Wild card from me. I'm sorry, Patrick. Thanks. Sherry?
N.
Well, there is an N. The question is, are you going to risk that $1,000, try to turn it into 10? It's a 50-50 chance. Could be a big one, too. Go for it. Let's go. Let's see the 10. Let's see the 10. Where's the 10? By the way, that was a fabulous screen. It was really good. Yeah, you can't spend any of that, so you need to spin the wheel now. That's a regular $1,000 first.
D.
And we can't capture it. No D. So Nika. $650.
H.
Yes, 1 H.
What's about now? E.
4 E's up there. Stop that wheel. Oh, man, just gotta keep plugging away. It's gonna get better, Patrick. That's 1,000 again.
R.
2 R's.
L.
Yes, 1 L.
Score.
A.
1.
How about another vowel? O.
4 O.
Air. Air Force 1, 2.
600.
S.
Buckle my shoe.
1 S. Doing very well here. How do you know?
It's on the road. Damn it. Shit, perfect time.
M.
1 M. Pick up that half car. That beats on your ship.
How about a vowel? How about another vowel? U.
That's the last of the vowels, so it's in there somewhere. No free play.
F.
Yes, 1 F, $500 for that.
How about insult? Air Force 1, 2, buckle my shoe.
That's
What?
That's all. It's all damaging anyways.
I can't hear you.
try to pick up the other half. The hook part doesn't happen around.
1 and 3, please. 2. I want you to see this.
What is it? Hold on.
Our community thrives by the rules that bind us together. So what happens when those rules are broken?
Should you be overcharged? Should you be kept in the dark? Shouldn't those abusing power pay the price? For us, the answer is clear. When you need help, KXAN is here, working to keep things fair. When you report it, we investigate it. KXAN News. One tip, one story, one solution at a time. This is the legendary Jeep Cherokee. Every legend starts somewhere. Start yours at the Jeep Memorial Day sales event. This Memorial Day weekend, get an additional $750 inspection of any Jeep Cherokee. Put a Riverside Garage or the Ace Market. Get 3,000 key pictures of the passion arts for sale 2019 Cherokee Riders Theater stock at Texas Residence at these edition offers. I'm going for a prize money. Category 4 is Thing, and Sherry will be the first player.
Team.
Yes, 2 teams. Here comes a beat tree.
S.
But no S. All right, let's go with Tanika. 600.
In.
Yeah, 2 N's.
Like that now? I.
Yeah, goodbye, 3 of them. 650.
L.
But no L. Okay, Patrick. I was holding half a car last round to try to get the other half, and instead, when I get a train here, what letter? R. There are 2 R's. You get $2,000, and you can hop aboard the express if you do keep calling consonants. You get 1,000 for each one. You can buy vowels, and if you miss any letters or baby, we doing it. I'll do it. All right. What do you want to start with, Henry?
Let's go with D.
In.
We're off the tracks quickly. Yeah, we have to take that half car. I'm sorry. Sherry, it's your turn.
Can I solve the puzzle?
But we'll know in a moment, won't we? Go ahead.
Vacation itinerary.
That's it. Well, you got it. Vacation itinerary it is, and your itinerary includes Panama.
Panama with Caravan.com. Cruise the Panama Canal, visit wild rainforests, relax at sunny beach resorts, and explore the vibrant worldly Panama City, featuring world-class shopping and exciting nightlife. Enjoy this fully escorted tour courtesy of Caravan.com. $6,000.
You know the best part about Panama? It is. She has $7,200. That round 11,050 at this point. But we continue, and we'll come on back to what happens. Hooray! All right.
Oh, he's gonna lock me in.
If you go inside for your heart, but do you take something for your brain? In clinical trials, Prevagen improved short-term memory. Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
Hey, I've been thinking about your idea. You know the one where you want to see the cave north of the camp to cut down on the roads past the farm area?
15 grams of protein.
Mike hasn't been able to find a new deck cord for this, has he?
Special K, powering you.
With Advil, you'll ask, what sore muscles? What pounding head? Advil is relief with fat.
Oh, that's in the middle of Ripper territory. Last time I went through there. You got meds that saved your boy's life. We get the deck cord, we blow the cave, goodbye horn.
I like that style.
It was your goddamn idea. Look,
they have sealed the goddamn hole. They sealed the creek. If I go through there, I'm starting a war.
Every car is went from great deal to overpriced.
Besides,
The best deals are sorted first. Kroger is exclusive.
Just grab change and hopefully we'll
Chicks. Go to car gurus today to find great deals from top-rated dealers near you.
There's a trail that goes over a Blue Ridge.
Yeah, but these Red Bull slushes are invigorating, right? You know it, man. I'm feeling confident. Feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing. I don't know if that's such a good idea, CJ. No, man, you know, can we jump this thing? Oh, yeah, of course. Rush in for Sonic's new Red Bull slushes. Half price during happy hour.
Need cash? TitleMax offers 2 ways to get it. Get cash using your car title. Go to TitleMax.com, enter the car year, make, model. See how much you can get. TitleMax also offers personal loans. No title required. Check out TitleMax.com when you need more cash. Check out TitleMax.com and shop us for rates. Get up to $2,500 with a personal loan or up to $10,000 using your car title. And you'll say, I got my title back with TitleMax.
Get your title back with TitleMax. This cake batter stick is like my favorite yellow cake.
Reminds me of licking the mixing bowl as a kid.
Lucky you, I had to sneak a lick while it was still being mixed.
Wow, that sounds kind of dangerous.
It was. In fact, it was very whiskey.
Don't miss out on cake batter shakes with real ice cream. Half price after 8 for Sonic Nights.
All right, it's toss-up time because they're standing there with those things in their hands. On the map, that is category. Here we go. Patrick.
The Ohio River.
That is it. $6,300 he has. Gaining some ground here. Food and drink is the category. Patrick's in that thing. 600.
Tea.
1 tea. 650.
R.
1 R.
'N.
That sound means time is running out. The final hit. Asking you a letter for the puzzle, 3 seconds. Nothing, consonants, whatever vowels, be worth $1,500 apiece. Again, food and drink, the category sharing your turn. Letter, please.
S.
1 S.
Deep. What's been keeping you away so long?
Anika.
Smells like tarantula.
Oh, L. Patrick.
C.
3 C's. $5,750. Jerry.
K.
There is a K. What do we got?
Apricot cheesecake.
That's it, yes, indeed. Hey, let's go. Good job, really solid. Well, you've had a good night. $3,000. That brings you a total of $14,050.
What?
You're going to the bonus round.
One moment, baby.
Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
We're so glad you did. You got $2,000 in pleasure meeting you. And that, you can't see the ring, but it's a wooden ring, but it's very quite handsome. You did not very nice. You got shoes made out of balsa wood. Yeah, $6,300. Nice going. So, I'm going to give you 3 categories. You're going to choose one. That'll be the category for the bonus round for you. People, phrase, and thing.
People.
People. These people are the luckiest people.
Stay tuned. Sherry can drive home in a new Fiat 500L. The bonus round is next.
Humira patients, you inspire us. The way you triumph over adversity and live your lives. That's why we redesigned Humira. We wanted to make the experience better for you. Now there's less pain immediately following injection. We've reduced the size of the needle and removed the citrate buffers. And it has the same effectiveness you know and trust. Humira Citrate Free is here. A little change can make a big difference.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and liver problems, serious allergic reactions, and never worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, or proton infections, or as symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ask your doctor about Humira citrate-free. Here's to you.
Yeah, good mark that one.
What are you doing?
Only an air conditioning workout, huh?
But look, we gotta go. Folks need our help.
Okay. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Let's go do some good.
That'll
All right. After these guys. Oh, man.
What else can I get you?
For your plumbing air
conditioning,
conditioning,
just call Radiant.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top. With that Texas
Okay.
you get your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite. Jumped over a culvert and then hit a rock wall on the cliff one time. That is the only reason we are here.
Okay.
We would not be alive.
See you around.
See you around. So you have over $14,000 already. I mean, you could go home now and probably be happy. But you could be happier.
I'm gonna be a lot happier.
I hope so. Okay, who's out in the audience with you?
My husband Noel, my son Ethan, and my son Nathan.
All right, good looking group out there. And now we're going to ask you to reach on over and give the wheel a good spin. Thank you very much. Sherry, come on, we're going to cut over here, and you're going to stop on this first part.
Good to see you, Deke.
How's it going? All right, people is the category you chose. Our we'll get a couple of those letters up there, and a couple of it is. All right, you have to go to work. 3 more consonants. 1 more vowel.
H.
1.
D.
2.
G.
L.
O.
All right, let's see what we get here. People is the category. In 10 seconds, work it out.
Hockey boys. Hockey jocks. Hockey dogs.
This is time to stop by.
Doug, great. Okay, let's see if I can make time. Great. Hey,
I even found water works. I'm not sure.
Great. Skizzo and I were going to get the deck cord for those explosives and seal the page, remember?
Yeah. But where? The only place around is dead.
Ricky, hey, cut now. Can't hear you. I'll talk to you. Just as soon as we get back.
Hey, what are you doing?
What we are going to do is go in that door.
took your noisy ass bike in there? They never even see us.
It doesn't make sense if you turned on something in one room.
So, Iron Mike said that he synced the car lane.
But Mitsubishi electric systems give you a better way. With no waste, manual or energy bills. Control temperatures precisely in one or every room with no new ductwork. So everyone can enjoy ultimate personal comfort. Mitsubishi Electric. Make yourself comfortable.
You've had the day, they seem to say.
Like, gnats? Were they flying?
A sturdy mid-million. But contrary to popular mosquito belief, this is Texas. And we'll go inside when we're getting ready. Because tonight, we're just getting started.
I guess there's no one who's
Lone Star 24/7 keeps the Texas.
Goddamn.
Start your summer off right in a new Chevrolet. Oh, wow.
Eat and greet.
An exciting summer begins at your Chevy dealer. Get $1,000 cash allowance on all Equinox LT models. Plus, other Chevy renters get an additional $2,000 for allowance when financing for GM Financial. Chevy drives Texas. Find new friends.
This is the Derby of the all-new Chevy Silverado. What the hell's huge? It offers a built-in 120-volt outlet. Wow. Plug that in for me.
Oh, slow.
And the all-new Silverado has more trim levels than any other pickup.
Oh, wow.
There's something for all of us.
It's time to upgrade. Get 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado Texas Edition. Or get a total value of over $8,500. Plus, get an additional $1,500 cash allowance when you finance with GM Financial.
Accident with a company vehicle is not just another car accident. Multiple parties can be held responsible.
2333.
Super crispy, grown in Idaho frozen fries. Cut 100% real Idaho potatoes. They bake up crispy on the outside, tender on the inside. Grown in Idaho, super crispy
Before
fries. Super crispy.
Wooden ladder.
Licking the mixing bowls, kid. Lucky you, I just take a lick while it was still being mixed. Wow, that sounds kind of dangerous. It was. In fact, it was very risky.
Don't miss out on the shakes with real ice cream. Half price after 8 for Sonic Now.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. It's so fucking hot. Get the AC off, don't you? And that is why I hate you.
I got him.
It's 78 degrees in here.
Upstairs?
No, here. In this house.
And it's
We've been married for 3 years. We live in Maryland, and I am an insurance agent from Hagerstown, Maryland.
Hello, Pat. Well, let's say girl softball umpire and a stay-at-home dad. I love the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, he loves the Cowboys. You love the Cowboys.
Zoe is no longer with us. She's our angel in our house.
Yes, how are
All right, you two, it's your turn.
Hi Pat, I'm Tim Fontaine. This is my beautiful wife, Jeannie. We've been married for 12 years. I work as a financial advisor for local banks in town, and we live in Saratoga Springs, New York.
Hi, Pat. I'm Jeannie. I'm a second grade teacher at Dorothy Nolan Elementary School, and mom to our two amazing kids, Ryan and Emma. We love spending movie nights with them, cozied
popcorn. It's like sitting on popcorn.
Let's say, yeah, it works. What do you think?
Your turn.
Hi, Pat. I'm Sonia Morgan, and this is my amazing husband.
Yes, where the hell are you?
Lake Elsinore, California. We've been married for 12 years.
And yes, we are biracial or
4 children,
interracial.
Tyree, Ethan, and Harper.
And I'm a director of educational technology in a local school district. And
Dude, that means tech guy.
will keep all 4 of our kids tired.
That's a good philosophy.
Got it.
Let's do another toss-up. This one is worth $2,000. And the category is...
I did everything I
On
can
the
do.
map.
I didn't think it would work. It works. This the... Did I get?
Sure.
It's alright?
By the way, this box is charging money. Sure.
Well, I want you to get a case that works with wireless charging before I buy you a wireless. I just want to buy you one of the pads, like, so you can literally just throw your shit on in this room. And we can do that when we get the new AirPods too.
Disney Resort and Spa.
Celebrate the beauty of Hawaiian history and tradition.
But then what would I do at the end of the night? You know what I'm saying?
Relax on white sandy beaches, meet Moana, and enjoy water slides, a world-class luau, fabulous fine dining, and
Applebee's selling $1 vodka raspberry lemonade during the month of June.
Clue is, wait for it, keep on trucking. Jeannie is in. We'll start. And, ooh, okay.
T.
Well, there's T. Figured that one out. All right. So that can come in very handy later. There is one R.
A lot of people gave this game a lot of shit. I like it. Is it great? It's probably an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Let's see, Chris. I guess the same speech for you. No. What is? Boy, it has gotten everybody. I'm sorry.
I'm changing my caller ID for you.
What F?
What's the best?
Keep on trucking. Monster truck, fire truck,
Monster truck.
fire truck.
Buy another vowel? I?
Yeah, 2 I's.
Look, that's your new caller ID.
N.
There's just that one, but that finishes that off anyway.
Look.
Buy a vowel.
It's like, wow. I went crazy.
Yes, 2 U's. That's it, vowels.
Gene truck. Dump truck. Pickup truck.
I'm sorry. Late
Come on. My question.
It's me.
P.
Yeah, 2 P's. $400. 700.
D.
Yeah, there's
You're sure this is the right way?
Why?
I say it all go ahead and go ahead.
Pick up.
My old lady used to work out.
Monster.
Research
Fire.
students. I'd ride out here.
Fire truck.
With a wave of my hand, I will turn your 1,900 into 2,000. There you go. And that takes you up to $3,000. You have the early lead, and we have a couple of commercials. We'll be back with some more wheel right after this.
It's hot in here. That's fine. I'm gonna go outside.
Attention homeowners,
I'm
we
gonna go eat.
started out looking for 50 homes, now
Or not.
down to
We're
30
not
to
eating today.
participate in our home evaluation program here in Austin and throughout the Hill Country. If you're tired of dealing with gutters that look like this when it rains, take a look at Belden Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed with a lifetime transferable warranty. Why don't you call right now? Don't deal with those old gutters again this summer and this fall. Call to get Leaf Guard, the only one-piece rainwater management system with a quality guarantee. And if you guys call right now, we could be one of 30 homeowners to get these special savings. Now remember, we started by looking for 75% off installation. Zip code and location are important. Put a good neighbor sign in your yard. Curb appeal counts if you're going to save a lot of money and protect your home and stay safe. 12 months, no payments, and no interest. All that ladder. Make the call right now. $300 Visa gift card as we compensate you for your time. And a $50 Dining Advantage gift card with your complimentary in-home estimate from Belden Leaf Guard.
This is not why we are here.
Download the app for free and solve tons of fun puzzles today.
Savage. Why? Bitch. You just kicking a die?
Because both the legs are fucking broken.
So?
They don't have it.
Oh, they can't survive it.
Like her legs are broken, like the bones are sticking out from her.
So he's killing her because they can't survive. They have to, they're constantly on the run.
Yeah. Yeah, there's freakers
They have to have their
everywhere, and they don't even have like actual hospitals.
Is this like a post-apocalyptic thing?
Yeah. That sucks.
Is that his best friend or something?
No, just some person. Well,
Well,
that's suck because like you have the people who are not sick, and then you have these other, so you have your zombies and you have your people who are trying to live in the world. And then you got your crazy people who are like able to coexist with the zombies, you know what I mean? Because they like worship them and shit like that. And so what they do is like these humans are called the Rippers, but fucking take these people and torture them and carve on them and shit like that. So.
Oh, that's what happened to her?
Yeah, and so it was like she was just tortured and shit. And they broke her fucking legs.
Horses, something in a pasture. Horses grazing in a pasture. I love it.
Yes, there is an O.
And I would like to buy another battle with you.
And there is you.
I would like to solve the puzzle.
Okay, go ahead.
Horses grazing in a pasture.
Hold up your $10,000.
Might be able to buy you a PlayStation 4 for $100, but I'm not gonna buy it shitty, you know what I mean?
Now, someone at home's going to be making some noises too.
GameStop has
Because if
PlayStation
they're going to win
VR
that $10,000, let's find out.
Did one of our
Save your money for your birthday.
just win
Don't give me something later.
$10,000? If this is your spin ID number, GF9865561, congratulations! You won $10,000 cash. You have 24 hours to log on to WheelOfFortune.com and claim your $10,000.
They're asking if they can keep it. But we'll get into it. You can keep the wedge or the Tesla. That generally works. We'll be right back.
Gotta be in the
Discover the local breaking news and shooting and take a look around. Discover more.
We do have some good news if you take the Linear Expressway.
Discover the fact there's a rare guarantee of some heavy rain. Discover these stories.
A follow-up to a tape-saying investigation on those red light cameras.
Discover the updates. The same system heading our way. Here's that boundary as promised. Discover the in-depth news you need now.
Coming up, an in-depth look at the new tax bill in Texas.
KXAN News Today. Every minute, discover something new.
Attention homeowners, we started out looking for 50 homes down to 30. Don't you miss out. If you're tired of climbing a ladder, cleaning the gutters, don't do that anymore. Get Leaf Guard. Belden Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. Lifetime transferable warranty. Be one of 30 homeowners to get 75% off installation. You'll be compensated for your time, 12 months, no payments, no interest, a bonus with purchase, and a $50 Dining Advantage gift card with your complimentary in-home estimate, zip code, and location are important. You are just in time for our prize puzzle tonight. The category for it is event. And someone's going to make a lot of money. Maybe Chris and Blakely had a good last round. Here they go.
Summer Olympics.
900. And there is a T. Gets them started off nicely once again. Okay.
E.
4 E's are up there. 800.
N.
2 N's.
Like to buy a vowel? An A?
No, sorry, there is no A. Jeannie, 10. There you go, 700.
S.
No, there's no S. Sonia, John? $700 for you.
R.
There is an R, 2 of them. That will get you $1,400. It'll be close, but you're going to make it 600.
M.
No. Chris?
It's hard. Something Everest.
5.
P.
1 P.
Would like to buy a vowel?
Sure.
An I, please?
Something experience.
3 I's.
Wait. Terrestrial.
Yes, pick up that gift tag, one of you, please. $1,000 worth of online gift certificates for Maui Jim sunglasses. $650.
C.
1 C. Well, first things first, let's call for a letter.
G.
There is a G, it's worth $1,000. No vowels left, so if you do the express, you keep calling consonants, 1,000.
Terrifying.
This one, it's a Bancroft. You gonna do it?
Yes, we'll do it.
They're doing it. All right, let's start up the engine, and here we go. What do you want to start with? There's a G.
Thrilling.
I'm almost reluctant to tell him to take a cruise to the Bahamas.
Gotta be in
Party on deck.
Take a look around.
Cruise on vacation. Perfect for the entire family.
Settle for the beautiful Disney dream on a Disney Cruise Line vacation in the Bahamas, where kids
United States is created just for them. Plus, enjoy a day at Disney's private island paradise, Castaway Key. This magical voyage at sea, $10,037.
Hold it down over there, Larkin.
I've heard that before.
33,000 for
Ridiculous.
Did we ever like purple vacuum? I did, right?
When you need more confidence, Denture Breath will be the least of your worries because Polydent 4-in-1 beans.
All right, Toby, I'll give you one more breath. And scratch it.
Another baby.
My best friend in the world.
Let us bring our factory right here. Custom built the lead guard system. We can install it in a day or less. Let's keep your gutters clean forever. Belden lead guard with a lifetime transferable warranty. Give us a call at 1-800-GUTTERS. Remember, we started by looking for 50 homes down to 30. Don't you miss out. If you're tired of your leaks like this when it rains, give us a call to get Leak Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed with a lifetime transferable warranty. See, on the 30 homeowners, get 75% off installation. Great financing, 12 months, no payments, and no interest. A $300 basic gift card to compensate you for your time, and a $50 Dining Advantage gift card with your complimentary in-home restaurant from Belden Lead Guard.
Truce.
You get on your own. No, you go. I got it. Go. Hey, hold it for me.
Will be worth $1,600 a piece again.
That's all right. Let's go around. I'll find a way to open the side door for you.
Holy shit.
Take.
No H, TMG.
R.
No R's on your job.
Vision. Save XP, the right choice for dry eye. Just one free hearing test of his local Miracle Ear helped Andrew hear more of the joy in her voice. Just one hearing test is all it took for him to hear more of her laugh and less of the background noise around him. For Helen, just one visit to her local Miracle Ear is all it took to learn how she can share more moments with her daughter. Just one free hearing test can help you hear more laughter, music, life. Call now for your free hearing test from the industry leader, Miracle Ear.
Get $1,500 off for qualified buyers with 0% APR for 60 months and May 2019 Camry. Toyota makes good choices. This Memorial Day, start your summer off right with a Nissan Sentra. Oh, wow. And exciting summer begins at your Chevy dealer. You're in Chevy Memorial Day sales. Get 0% financing for 17 months lease select Chevy models. Or $1,500 total cash allowance on all Chevy selected models. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $2,000 total cash allowance.
Summer's here. Time to get a great deal on a new Toyota. Go out and do all the fun things the team has to offer.
Qualified license condition all new 2019 RAV4 LE for only $259 a month. Toyota makes good
What do you think's going on? At the last minute, Mom had to have emergency surgery, and we miss her, and I hope she's okay today.
Give her our best.
I sure will.
Now we ask you where things have been really going great. Go ahead and spin the wheel.
Here, doors unlocked. Jesus. Okay? Yeah, just a little new, right? Come on. Yeah, let's just find the dead grounds.
All right, we'll go this way.
Foreman's office is up there. That's where they keep it. How are we gonna get up there? Come on, I'll give you a boost. Whoever, you just want me to go first, in case there's something up there. Oh, you got me. Come on. Yeah, okay. Alright, you ready? Yeah. God.
Okay,
I'm up. Give me a sec.
Find something I can use to climb up.
Here, watch your head.
Well, you were smart to know that the hole was gone. It wouldn't be over. Yeah.
That did it.
Yeah, he would have been awfully nice. But that's hindsight, and that's the way it's out.
He's got me.
Why don't I just grab it, please?
I do. Let's get the hell out of here.
That's May 28th.
I know. Time flies. I
Excuse
can't
me.
believe it's almost June.
Just want to say thank you. Nah, man. For coming out here with me. No, I mean, we weren't exactly welcome, boss lady. Just driving.
Follow us on TV, then like us on Facebook. Unforgettable songs, live videos,
That's not gonna open.
highlights. Be in the know with Wheel on Facebook.
Alright, let's do it once we get back to camp. How about you guys? What are you doing?
I knew Skizzo was bad. Goddamn Kevin Federline looking motherfucker.
Cowboy boots are formal wear. And ice cream is Creamy Creations. Churned in the heart of Texas, from deep in the heart of H-E-B. If you're not from here, well, you just don't get it. It's creamy. It's tasty. It's how Texas does ice cream.
It makes sense if you turn on something at once.
know who I am?
That's exactly how
No.
traditional building heating systems work. See,
High blood sugars don't have
CC electric systems
We are all
better way, with no waste and lower energy bills. Control
My
temperatures
followers.
precisely in one.
My followers have all given up their names.
Except
for me. For now. Carlos.
I kept my name, and I kept my memories. Without you, and Bruiser, and Jersey Chill, and what shit? Jesse, a long time ago. You know? Oh, yeah. Scream, it's okay. I also remember something else I learned that day. Something important. Everything about you. Everything that makes you.
I just got caught by somebody who knows.
Nothing remains but your name.
Baby, what are you having with?
I don't know. That's why I be just like that. Okay. If we're gonna do this, you gotta talk about it. We are gonna do this. Deacon St. John. We're not gonna do this alone, no we gotta finish this together. The three of us. One down. And what? About a dozen to go. What are the odds? The three of us, you, me, Boozer, still alive, brought together here at the end of the world. What the fuck have you done to Boozer? Oh, he's not here. But he will. Soon enough.
Yes, you. I saw that over you. No. It's not me. I'm on the path. I don't have anything. None of us do. Everyone I ever cared about is dead. Do you know? Like the freaks. It's because they don't remember what they've lost. Who they've lost.
Who we talk to?
Some dude's trying to sell me a PlayStation for 100. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm not getting scammed. Alright, I gotta take a picture for this one, and then what are we gonna do? Read.
I'm not deciding this.
What would you like to eat?
Whatever.
Burgers?
Yep.
Chili cheeseburger.
No.
pound silver.
Whatever.
Taco truck on each side.
Yeah.
That's that.
You driving?
I just said that's what I would love.
If that's what you would love, then you can drive. I know you know how.
Lisa.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Or pluckers. Buffalo Wobbles. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter.
I don't care, I just don't really want, like, Mexican food.
Okay. That sums it all down. KFC? That's what we said.
I don't really care, but they can have their minute dragons, because it's that late. It's early. I don't know, you can look it up.
Don't be like that.
I'm angry.
Why?
You've been talking about going to eat. You said we were going to go like 8.
You said after the cigarette, and then we would
Yeah, I
go.
said that because I've just been waiting. I know you're enjoying the game, but don't fucking ask me questions.
Don't fucking be rude.
Well, don't fucking say you're going to take me out to eat at a certain time and then not do it.
Obviously,
and then expect me to not be hungry.
Obviously, I'm over here asking you about it.
I don't care.
Which means
I just want to make it happen.
do not raise your voice and fucking be a bitch. I'm asking you nicely.
I'm not being a bitch.
You are.
You're being lazy by just playing your game instead of figuring it out.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you to figure out where we're going, and then I will drive us there, and we will go eat.
And then I gave you some options. You're like, I don't want this.
care.
Or
I just don't want Mexican. That's all I care about.
You're fucking